Good afternoon. Welcome to our first actual Live at 5. We tried yesterday and we had an almost Live at 5, but today we actually have made it. Today we'll be talking about a few things going on in the market. We'll give you an invitation to um, a indicator I really recommend. It seems to be working for me. And I'll show you some of the indicators I use rather than charting all different kinds of coins at this point. We'll just go through some indicators, if that's okay. So first on the agenda, yesterday the ETH went live with its first ETF and it actually had an inflow of 107 million, which might not seem like a lot, but there was an outflow of 500 million. So technically it was up 107, which is huge, and that's why we didn't see the 10% drop. In other news, they're actually Uber is considering using Bitcoin as payment in the future, and that'd be really good for the industry. Ferrari is now accepting Bitcoin as payment to buy a car, which would be good, especially with the bull run coming. And so let's hope that works out. And in other news, actually, Russia has now told its companies to use Bitcoin as money transfers to other countries instead of using banking, because obviously because of the war in Ukraine, they are unable to, but now they can. And of course, there's the Bitcoin conference going on this week, which is the biggest news in crypto. Former President Donald Trump is actually speaking there, which is very good for the industry. Apparently today, Kamala Harris was considering speaking there, but has declined at this point, but has been asking to learn more about it. So all that is collectively good for the crypto industry and us as crypto traders and crypto people. So let's get right into some of the charts. Let's first get our chart here. There. So we're going to start on the Bitcoin chart here. And I'll just show you some of the indicators I'm using. As a blue collar crypto degen group knows, I like to trade on the 5-minute chart. Sorry, I just gotta spread things out here. And I use the stochastic RSI as my main indicator. And so what I'll usually do is I'll set an alert down here on the 5-minute and I'll watch for it to get in this zone. Once it's in that zone, I look for a buy, because if you watch the stochastic RSI, it literally, if you see it in the chart here, it follows, goes up, it'll stay at the top, dips down, falls right to a T. And basically this is telling you when it's overbought and oversold. As it gets into the oversold area, it usually will drop. And as it drops, the price of it goes down too. So I find this a very good indicator. That's one of the main things I trade on. And like I showed yesterday, I use like trend lines, just to indicate which direction it's going. And this is on the 5-minute chart. And then today or this weekend, I've been experimenting with Luxago. It has actually helped me perfect this trading method. And it's a paid subscription, but I feel is worth. I got my money back on my first trade. And so this is the oscillator, it's called. So once you get Luxago, it's the oscillator matrix, and you'll add that to your chart. And the way I use it is, as you can see, I waited for it to, this is a trade I just entered, by the way. I waited for it to come into the 5-minute zone. And as you can see, it stayed at the bottom for a long time. And it used to be hard for me to pick my entry because I'd be waiting. And sometimes I'd see this green candle and I'd jump in too soon. So what this has allowed me to do is when I see this green dot right here, you can see as soon as it published, up it went. So I was able to enter here and get some gains. And then right here is an indicator that it's going to go the other way. But what I'll usually do is I'll switch to my 15-minute chart and find that same area. And if it's still green, like here, I'll stay in it a little longer. If it's not, then I jump out and take my profit. Another thing it offers, which is really, really, really cool, is the price or the signals and overlays. A lot of people that will just trade on this, and I'll show you what it does. So we got it here. Okay. So on the 5-minute chart, it actually tells you when to buy and sell and when to enter a long and when to enter a short. As you can see right here, it published a buy. So you would buy here and you'd hold it until you see a sell. And as you can see, there hasn't been a sell since then. So just based on this buy right here, if you'd entered partway through this candle, say you missed it a bit, and you're still in it, just on a spot trade or a 1x, you'd be up 3%. If you could buy at 5x, say, then you're up 15%. 10x would be 30. But it's not always perfect, but this is just a one indication of it where it really, really worked. And there's a few other ones. Here's another buy. And if you'd have done it there, you would have got out here. You could have, if you were smart, you would have got out here, but you don't know. You'd have still been up, well, 0.5%. But on the larger time frames, it's crazy how good it would work. If you have the patience to buy on the daily chart, their last published buy was back in July 2023, and you'd have been in this trade for this whole time. Each of these X is a take profit area where it recommends you take some money out. That trade alone, 1,600% you would have been up on Solana. Crazy. It works on all Bitcoin, ETH, everything. I haven't been able to test the daily, obviously, because the buys are so far and few between. But on Bitcoin, during the bull run of last year, for a whole year, you would only have made 7 trades for the whole year and been up 1,600%. So it's an indicator I think is well worth the money. You can use it with your trading strategies. I still always do my trend lines, fib lines, and just to make sure that the trades are, going to work. The more you can use, the better you're going to do. So this thing or a program you'd buy from Lux Algo, if you're going to pay monthly like I did because I wanted to try it out first, it's $67.99 per month. I made that on my first trade, by the way, but I also have a discount code that I'll publish after in the links below, and the link to this site that'll get you 20% off. And if you buy it yearly, it's only $39.95 a month if you want, but you have to pay for a full year in advance. So depending on your trading style and what you plan to do, you may not want to do this, or you may. That's totally up to you. I personally suggest starting off monthly till you see how much you like trading. Trading is not the easiest thing to do in the world. People say it is, but it's one of the hardest things to do, to be honest. And it requires a lot of discipline, a lot of mental stability, because you're going to be up and you're going to expect to make more money. And then all of a sudden you see it go down and you lose a lot of your money, or you go negative and then you panic out and then you watch it go up. That happens a lot to a lot of the guys in the group, the blue collar degen group. They express how frustrating it is. So just consider that when you think about trading, that it's not the easiest thing in the world to do. I would also suggest using banter bubbles. This is a very good thing to see what's happening on the hour, on the day. Sorry. So you can look at today, which are moving the most, which coins. You can look on the month, which are the biggest trading ones, and you can filter by the top 100. You can set your favorites. You can do it all the way to 5 minutes. This one here is one Aldo in our group has recommended, and few of us have got into it. Not as good as this, but joining the group is a very good idea. Little things like this, he suggested this. I didn't get until this week, and I'm obviously up. So on the week, it's up 39%. If you'd got in it from the start, and if you look at the yearly, it's up 36,000%, almost 37. So if you'd invested $1, you'd have 37 grand. Imagine if you'd done 10, but getting in these things early and knowing the right people is important. And groups are what can do that for you. So yeah, join Blue Collar Crypto, take your quick learn crypto, join our DGen group and see how it takes you. And if you like it, keep trading. If you don't, you can get out at any time. So yeah, join our group and yeah. So just remember, when you're trading, it is very volatile. Nobody knows how the perfect strategy, nothing works 100%. There are so many things that can happen and do happen, especially in the world of crypto. But at the end of the day, your best chance of making money is in crypto. More millionaires are made in crypto than any other industry. So consider that, be patient, learn,